to another video. Hopefully you cannot hear the noise outside. It's Friday afternoon and I'm just about to finish work for the week, and my neighbours have decided that they're going to dig up their backyard at 3 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. So hopefully it's, like I said, hopefully it's not too much noise. Alright, so the title of this vlog pretty much gives it away, but this weekend is my first week back at training. I've had about a week off. I don't really want any more, just because I don't want to fall out of the routine, but also when you spend time away from training, it's sort of harder to get back into it. Anyone who's had time away from any sort of, hard workout program knows that sort of you've got to ease back into it. So as I mentioned in my last video, Nationals wasn't exactly where I wanted it to be. So I've spoken with my coach Russ and we've put a few ideas forward. And the goals sort of for the next little bit, for the next season, will be to definitely get faster over the flats, over the 1, 2 and 4. And we're going to do a lot of work on my hurdles. Really looking back at my race, you can see that leading into the hurdles, I'm not even into them. While I still progress towards and over them, you kind of want even strides. Like all the girls who made the final over me, that's what they do. They have nice even strides, and I tend to sort of cut my strides leading into it. And it's a little bit of not necessarily having the best hurdle technique, as well as not being 100% confidence in my strides leading into it. Wow, that's getting really loud. So we're going to do a little bit of work. We're going to do a lot of work on that, so that when it comes time to racing, I'm a nice even all the way through, and that's going to get me over the hurdles faster and get me a faster time at the end. But for the next little while in training, it will be just general fitness. So you'll see me doing a lot of longer reps. The longer run once a week, about 25-30 minutes, will start to come back. And it's just kind of like building a pyramid. You've got to have a nice wide base to build on and get more specialized on. So if you're not fit and you try and do a lot of lactic stuff, then you're probably going to get some injuries, niggles, or you're not going to be able to hit the times that you want to hit because you haven't got the fitness there. So we won't, it's not like I'm going to become a distance runner or anything like that. It'll just be a lot of focus on longer stuff just to get me fit again. The one good thing we did take from the entire season was that I lasted a whole season without an injury, and I had a whole off season without an injury. Yeah, I had my little hamstring niggle thing, but overall I was able to remain healthy and have an entire season. And that's something we're hoping to build on, so that next season, we can have a much longer season and do a lot more events and know that my body will be able to take it and withstand it. So tomorrow morning we are heading off down to Brisbane as per usual. I don't know what the session is. Russ is definitely going to take the sessions as they come. So if I turn up and say that I'm really stiff and sore from the last one, he'll probably modify it a bit. We will be training on grass. Not for effort. The only reason we're training on grass is that the track's unavailable. During this time of the year, the way UQ's set up is the athletics track has a rugby field in the centre of it. And so often they have all day rugby carnivals, and when that happens, we just can't access it. So sometimes we'll go and do hills either at UQ. We might go, there's sort of a gravel path along the UQ river. We might run on that. Sometimes we'll go to Anzac Park to run all those longer hills. But today we're just going to go down to Jack Cook, which is pretty much just down the road. It's a grass track, and we're going to train there. Guys, happy Wednesday afternoon. I've literally just arrived out at UQ. So today is like, I guess, my second track session of the week because Monday I had a run. I went to the office today as I usually do on a Wednesday. I think we're doing track. I'm not 1,000% sure. It's just that the track is booked in theory. Like, we've got like a schedule of the track and it says it's booked for rugby from 5 o'clock, but I've honestly never known the rugby to start that early. It usually starts about 6:30. So, you know, we'll just see. Russ just said to turn up and do our warm up because it is a little bit before 5. And he said if we get thrown off, then we'll go do some hills, which would normally be our Saturday session at this point in time because the track is available on Saturday. If not, we'll do a track session today. We'll just see how that plays out. So the week's gone well so far. Actually, I'm really surprised I'm not as stiff and sore as what I was expecting to be. But having said that, you know, we did have Monday off and I had a nap during the day on Monday, and then I worked from home on Tuesday, and that meant that, you know, I could do like lots of recovery. I could pull out my massage gun and use it whenever I needed it. And then at lunch I did go for like a little bit of a walk around the block with my mother, and then came back and do some stretching. So yeah, today, like I said, it's either hills or a track session. The track session will be not something short, but something like with a longer rep and like a shorter turnaround rep in some way. And if it's a hills, it'll just be like a series of long hills followed by shorter hills. So I have to head in now and I will let you know how it goes. So I survived the first week of training. It was a pretty, look, I want to say it was a pretty intense week, not a super heavy week. And the way my coach works is that we'll build up the intensity and the workload, you know, every week leading. And it'll be the same in the gym. The weights will go up, the rep totals will go up, just everything designed to sort of get me stronger and really build that base of the pyramid like I was talking about earlier on, so that we can, you know, get specific as the season goes along. Overall, I thought it was a very good week. If I had to rate the hardest session of the week, it would either have been the 200s on Saturday, because I ran with Will, who's one of my training partners, and we thought it was 2 sets of 4. So we thought it was 4 with 3 minutes break, and then there'd be, say, like 8-10 minutes in between the set, and then 4 with 2 minutes break. But it wasn't. It was actually all 8, and just halfway through the recovery between the reps changed. And that was like a nice little surprise, because we were sort of just at the finish line, like dying and being like, whoo, thank God we get like 8 minutes off or something now. And I was about to turn to my coach and say, hey, what is the recovery? And he was like, and that's 2 minutes, get up and run. Or the 25-minute run I had on Monday. And that's just because I have not run consistently for, you know, months now. So just running for 25 minutes is quite a long run. So that's it for this vlog. I very much hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out my next video when it comes out next week. Bye.